So yeah, my worst experience in the Navy. I hate talking about it. It pisses me off now when I talk about it. It just gets me in a really bad mood because I had no control, I had no power, I was so isolated, and it's one of those things that you fear that don't happen to you when you're in the military. But I'm a lucky guy, so it happened to your boy here. Basically, I was really fucking sick. I was stationed in Japan. When you're stationed overseas, part of a squadron in Japan, I was in Atsugi and on an airfield, and you're 6 months on shore, and then you get deployed for 6 months at sea. It's a 6-month rotation, 6 and 6, 6 and 6. So the way they break up that 6-month deployment, you go out for 3 months in the summer, we come back for 2 weeks, and you go out for another 3 months until around Christmas time, and then you're back for 6 months and for the holidays. So we went out for 3 months, everything was fine, hunky-dory. We come back for those 2 weeks. I got really, really severely sick. If you know what impetigo is, then you know how fucking bad that was. If you don't know what impetigo is, I caution you when you Google it. It is really gross. Basically, I had MRSA that was inside my body from living on the ship. It's an infection. Living on a ship is it harbors a lot of bacteria. It harbors a lot of viruses, a lot of infection. It's a very dirty, close environment area. It's like a hospital on crack. You know how hospitals are with staph infections going around that shit. Well, I got a staph infection, MRSA, whatever you want to fucking call it. It was on my leg. That was that first 3-month deployment. I took some medicine, kicked it, whatever. I was fine. I was out for like a week. I was sick in quarters for a week. Got rid of it. It was just on my leg. It wasn't that bad. Then come the 2-week break before we go out to another 3-month deployment. Now, I got impetigo. During that 2-week break, my face had all these scabs, lesions, rashes. The most painful fucking thing I've ever had to go through. It fucking sucked. And I was like, there's no way in hell I can go out to sea right now. Number one, this is contagious. Number two, I can't even open my eyes. It's so painful. And number three, fucking look at me. Look at my face. It's it's common sense. I shouldn't be going out to sea. But this is when the military kicks in. I was a highly needed personnel. I had a qualification that a lot of people didn't have in my squadron, and I needed to be out at sea. And so basically they forced me. I had no control over this, even though I had an infectious fucking disease. They forced me. They shoved me in my rack for the first 2 weeks. SIQ. I was sick in quarters. I couldn't leave my fucking berthing for the first 2 weeks. I didn't leave my rack. I was in my rack for 20 hours a fucking day. In pain, in severe amounts of pain, lesions and scabs all over my face, fucking pussing, getting in my eyes, nasty, nasty shit. And they just gave me medicine, shuffled me in my rack. I eventually had to get a fucking IV because my body wasn't fighting it. I wasn't kicking it. So they had to IV me in the hospital for, 2-3 days. I was stuck in there on the medicine. I was isolated from everybody. My family couldn't help me. Thinking what the moral of this story is going to be, on a positive note, I guess it gives me a lot of perspective now when I see how fortunate I am that I don't have to experience that ever again, or that there's people that are in suffering like that daily. There's people around the world that are in immense pain and suffering that's not under their control. It's not their fault. It's out of their power, and they have to endure that stuff. And a lot of these third world countries out here, and I guess it just makes me realize that I did go through that, and it did make me a better person. It made me appreciate good healthcare. Number one, looking back, I didn't stand up for myself as much as I could have. I didn't really use my voice. I kind of just was like, what? I was just this kid, man. I was just 20. What was I, 21? I was just 21-year-old kid, 3 years into the Navy. I didn't really know what the fuck still was going on. That's why it makes me really angry and upset when I tell this story, when I talk about how I was just isolated and shoved in my rack for 2 weeks in severe amounts of pain and had no control over it. You know, it's just really, that's what pisses me off, because I could have, you know, spoke up. I should have done a lot more, but I was, you know, scared. I was nervous. I was young, isolated, all these things. For you guys going in the military, you know, you do have a voice. You know, there are ways that if you feel like you're getting mistreated, you know, there's a Simeo. Don't let this story scare you or try to, or sway you out of the military. You know, I highly doubt that you'll get sick like I did. My body has always just kind of been weird like that. I've always had like these weird sicknesses for whatever reason, or of course I'm one of the few people that actually get fucking MRSA and have it turn into fucking impetigo. Who does that happen to? You know? But like I said, try to learn from all your experiences, either positive or negative. There's always something to take away. And I'm trying to stay positive. But yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all again for all the support. It's incredible. I'll see you guys this week. 5 to 7 videos a week on this channel. I'm doing YouTube full time now, along with finishing up my degree at my university. I got social media below as always. I am selling some stickers as well. My buddy Coast Guard Chris, you guys have seen him in the videos. It's his website, Stickerfire, and he's selling some stickers for my channel. So check that out. Links will be below. Social media below as always. So see you guys later. Goodbye.